Hi, good afternoon, City here.
Good afternoon, Josh!
My name is Josh Hoffman. I'm a proud second-year AmeriCorps member serving on the Long Walk team at Thurgood Marshall. What? They're what? All right. We practiced that. I am so happy. All right. Before I get into my set, I want to disclaim the views and opinions expressed in this stand-up comedy routine are not endorsed by City or AmeriCorps, the United States federal government, the school I work at, the staff I work under, Teva Pharmaceuticals, or anyone, especially not Senior Impact Manager Aaron Odell. I have Asperger's syndrome and autism spectrum disorder. Some of you might be wondering, what does that mean? It means I'll be doing the rest of my set facing this way. No, it means I don't like making eye contact. That's what that joke is about. Certain things that neurotypicals do don't make sense to me. Like, could you just hold the microphone up to my mouth? Okay. So neurotypicals will pass each other in the hallway. One will be like, "What's up?" The other will be like, "How's it going?" And then they keep going. They don't answer each other's questions. Yeah. Okay, a conversation that makes more sense to me is, how's it going? I'm depressed. What's up? We're living under fascism. Autistics have the reputation of not being smart, but we are all across the spectrum of intelligence. People say Albert Einstein was autistic and Isaac Newton was autistic, and I'm like, great. But don't advocate for us on the basis that we might be geniuses, which, by the way, I very clearly am. Neurotypicals do dumb things all the time, like almost start nuclear war over Twitter. The aspect of city or culture that makes the least sense to me is Unity Rally, because I've never been about unity or rallies. Have you ever been to a rally where you're presented with new information and then you're asked to immediately, loudly take a position on the information you were just presented with? Like, yes, this thing that happened in a country that I don't hear about that much is bad. Yeah. City Year has a version of that. It's, are you ready to perform power lunges with excellence? City Year is always ready. Except you are going through your head thinking, which one is power lunges and which one is the CY stunt? Like if I designed the PT chant, it would be, why do we do PT? Because a group of people that does dumb things together is more productive and cohesive than people who do smart things in isolation. It's not as catchy as what we currently have. I told my friends that I was starting a second year of service with City Year and that we had basic training academy. And they said, basic training, that sounds like the military. And I said, now that I think about it, City Year does kind of try to emulate that other kind of national service. And my friend said, so what, did they make you do jumping jacks or something? I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? There are certain things you cannot do in uniform. You cannot swear, drink, you cannot jaywalk, you can't engage in religious instruction, you can't commit double homicide, you can't create or destroy matter by ordinary means. Science, folks, just turn to your friends, explain that one. You can, however, go to a drugstore, buy a 1.9 pound bag of Swedish fish, go home and eat it all yourself in one night. You can do that in uniform. I was once walking home from work. I was in uniform, and I ran into my brother, and we started walking together. The light turned red, he crossed the street, and I did not. And he said, "Come on, just cross." I said, "I can't, I'm in uniform, I got the city year logo here and here." He said, "Cover your boobs." I'm like, I still got the logo on my backpack. That red light's kryptonite to me. Also, when you're in uniform, you can't engage in any sort of boycott. But since a boycott is the act of not buying something, how are they going to check? Like, how does AmeriCorps know that I am not secretly boycotting Israel the entire service year? I've never had my impact manager come up to me and say, "Hey, I noticed you have store brand hummus. What's that about? Instead of Sabra, better be because it's cheaper, not for any principled reason." The Idealist Handbook is a really important book for city or culture. It has values that we share, stories with important messages, rules and regulations that we live by. It has little bits of wisdom that people cite chapter and verse. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Its paths are paths of pleasantness, and all its ways are peace. Have you accepted Michael Brown into your heart as your one true level 5 leader? And now, congregation, it is time for putting idealism to work. I wrote that joke because I wanted to see if I could write a joke that simultaneously praises the Idealist Handbook, but flagrantly violates it at the same time. Mission accomplished. All right, have a nice night.